Every gardener knows grass clippings are gold, rich in nitrogen, full of life, and bursting with potential. But most people either toss them into the compost bin or leave them to dry on the surface. What they don't realize is that burying fresh grass clippings directly into the soil can trigger a biological explosion underground, one that turns barren soil into a worm paradise almost overnight. In this guide, I'll show you exactly how to bury grass clippings the right way to create the ideal environment for worms, microbes, and long-term soil health, just like we did here at Gentle Herb Living. Step 1. Choose the right spot and test your soil. Start by selecting a garden bed or section of soil that's compacted, dry, or low in organic matter. These are the areas that will benefit the most. Take a small shovel and dig down 6 to 8 inches to check the soil texture. If it's hard and clumpy, perfect. That means the soil life is hungry for organic material. Avoid spots that are waterlogged or have poor drainage, as buried grass decomposes anaerobically or without air in wet conditions, which can create bad smells and harm soil life. Step 2 is to collect and prepare your grass clippings. You'll want to use fresh clippings, ideally from unsprayed, chemical-free lawns. Grass treated with herbicides or synthetic fertilizers can actually kill the very microbes and worms you're trying to attract. If your grass is wet or clumped, just spread it out for a few hours to let it dry slightly. This little step prevents matting underground and allows oxygen to reach the decomposing material. You can also mix the clippings with dry materials like shredded leaves or straw for balance. This provides both carbon and nitrogen, which helps decomposition stay aerobic and healthy. Step 3 is to dig shallow trenches for burial. In your chosen bed, dig shallow trenches about 6 inches deep and 6 to 8 inches wide. These will act as your worm-feeding channels. Make sure to keep the soil you dig out nearby, because you'll use it to cover the clippings later on. Add a few handfuls of finished compost or old garden soil at the bottom of each trench. This introduces beneficial microbes and, really jump-starts the breakdown process. Step 4. Layer and cover your grass clippings. Now, fill the trenches about halfway with grass clippings. Don't overpack. You want air pockets to remain. If you have carbon materials like dry leaves, cardboard strips, or wood shavings, just sprinkle a light layer over the top before covering. Within days, microbial activity begins. Within a week, the soil temperature will rise slightly as decomposition ramps up, a sign that life is, honestly, thriving below. Step 5. Keep the soil moist but not soggy. Moisture is crucial, Worms and microbes, well, they need a damp environment to work efficiently. Water the area lightly every few days if rainfall is low, just enough to keep the soil evenly moist. If you're working in hot weather, cover the area with mulch, leaves, straw, or even old compost. This stabilizes soil temperature and prevents evaporation, while feeding more carbon into the system. Step 6. Wait and observe the transformation. After about 3 to 4 weeks, dig a small section to check progress. You'll likely see a web of fine fungal threads and the unmistakable wriggle of earthworms moving through the soil. The clippings will be dark, crumbly, and well on their way to becoming humus. Within 6 to 8 weeks, your soil will feel softer, richer, and smell like a forest floor, earthy, sweet, and alive. Worms multiply rapidly in these zones, tunneling through the soil and leaving nutrient-rich castings behind. Why this works so well? Grass clippings are high in nitrogen, which fuels microbial growth. When buried, they break down gradually, releasing nutrients directly into the soil instead of burning plant roots or losing nitrogen to the air. Worms feed on the decomposing matter and microbes, transforming it into castings. Honestly, the richest natural fertilizer known to gardeners. Unlike surface composting, burial keeps the process cool, moist, and protected, creating a consistent environment where worms thrive year-round. The result: living soil that feeds itself. After a single season, you'll notice plants growing stronger, the soil holding moisture longer, and earthworms thriving in every scoop. That's the power of buried grass clippings, a natural, self-sustaining soil builder that costs nothing and, honestly, works faster than traditional compost. So don't toss those clippings away. Feed them to your soil. Bury them, nurture them, and let the worms do the rest.